As to consider the equation for the reaction of sodium and nitrogen to form sodium nitride. So we have 6 sodium plus nitrogen gas produces 2 moles of sodium nitride. For part A, if 81 grams of sodium is mixed with 27 grams of nitrogen, what mass of sodium nitride forms? Okay, so first let's find the number of moles for both of these reactants to see which one is the limiting reagent. So calculate for number of moles, it's going to be the mass over the molar mass. So we know the mass of sodium was 81 grams, and the molar mass of sodium we can find on the periodic table. It's 22.99 grams per mole. So therefore, the number of moles for sodium, let's calculate it. Is equal to 3.52 moles. And let's do the same thing for diatomic nitrogen on this side. We have 27 grams of N2, and the molar mass of a single nitrogen atom is around 14. So if we have 2 nitrogens, it's around 28 grams per mole. So its number of moles is around 0.96. But it doesn't end there, because we need to find out how much sodium nitride is formed with these amounts of moles for our reactants. So starting with the nitrogen, we have 3.52, the sodium, moles of sodium, and we need to multiply by the molar ratio to find out the mass of sodium nitride that can form with this amount of moles. So using our balanced equation, we can see that we need 6 moles of sodium to produce the 2 moles of sodium nitride. So let's just write down the molar ratio. And we can calculate this number of moles. So this is times 2 divided by 6. You get around 1.17 moles of sodium nitride formed. And let's do the same thing for the nitrogen. So we have 0.96 moles of nitrogen, and we only need 1 mole to form 2 moles of sodium nitride are formed with only 1 mole of nitrogen gas. So we just need to multiply 0.96 by 2, and we get 1.92 moles. So therefore, we can say that sodium is our limiting reagent. Okay, so now that we know the number of moles that can be formed, we can calculate for the mass of sodium nitride. But first we need to find out its molar mass. So sodium nitride, its molar mass is 3 times the molar mass of sodium plus the molar mass of nitrogen. So sodium's molar mass is 22.99 and nitrogen's is around 14.01. So if we add these values up, we get a molar mass of around 82.98 grams per mole. So to calculate for the mass, we just need to multiply our molar mass by our number of moles that we found in the previous step. So 82.98 grams per mole multiplied by 1.17 moles gives us around 97.09 grams of sodium nitride. Okay, so part 2 says if the reaction in part B has a yield of 75%, how much sodium nitride is actually produced? So we just need to multiply our expected value by 0.75. To find 75% of our expected value. So that means we actually produced 72.8 grams of sodium nitride. Okay, so let's see what the junior tutor said. They first found the number of moles of each sodium and nitrogen, and then they found the limiting reagent and deduced that sodium was the limiting reagent. Okay, so now they used the limiting reagent for stoichiometric calculations and found that 1.17 moles of sodium nitride is formed. They converted this to grams and got around 97 and multiplied that by 0.75 and also got around 73 grams produced. So the solution is correct.